Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back, or it's the first time to my channel, then welcome. So for today's video, we are going to be doing yet another one of my monthly favorites get ready with me's. If you're new to my channel and you've never seen one of these before, basically all that I do is instead of just talking about my monthly favorites and explaining to you guys why I like them, I actually put them on my face in a get ready with me. So all the products that I'm wearing on my face right now are all some of my favorite products of the month. I think that these types of videos are really helpful because you guys can actually see these products in use and get a nice idea of why I actually like them. So I really hope that you guys are going to enjoy today's video. Please let me know in the comments some of your favorites from the month of August. I would really love to know, whether that's makeup, skincare, even hair products. Just let me know everything you've been loving. Of course, give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy these types of favorites, get ready with me's, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So let's first start off with probably my favorite of the whole entire month, and that is my foundation and my primer combo. So I bought these two items in LA a few weeks back, and the first time that they touched my face, I knew immediately that I just completely fell in love with them. I was actually in LA with Samantha Ravindon. We were both makeup shopping in Sephora, and she immediately went to the Burberry section, and she was the one who first picked up this foundation. And this is the Fresh Glow. And when she swatched this on her hand, it literally took my breath away. It just looked like the most gorgeous finish. So obviously I had to pick it up as well. And while I was there, I also picked up the Tata Harper Illuminating Moisturizer with Diamond Radiance. This is another brand that I can't get at my local Sephora, so I really wanted to pick it up. It was so expensive though, it sort of kills me, and it was dangerous that I bought this because I have not heard any type of review on this product, so I didn't even know if it was good or not. But when I swatched it on my hand at Sephora, once again, it sold me. It just looked so nice and glowy without there being any visible shimmer or anything like that. So I figured, why not just get this little combo and test it out. It's an expensive combo, but oh man, is it absolutely gorgeous. I've actually been wearing this combo in my last few videos, and I have not gotten as many questions about what is on my face as I have since I started wearing this. That is what the actual primer looks like. It has a bit of a peachy, salmony tint to it, and it really just simply gives the skin a really nice glow. Now, honestly, I don't know if this is 100% worth getting, because there are definitely other primers out there that give the skin a really nice glow that aren't this expensive. But I do find that this one is especially hydrating. It almost feels more like skincare than just a makeup primer, which is something that I really like about it. So as for the Burberry foundation, this is what it looks like. Comes in a nice little pump. I use the shade number 12 Ochre Nude. Like I said, it is more of a light coverage, so it's not super heavy whatsoever, but I do find that it still evens out my skin tone really nicely, but still letting a lot of my natural skin show through. So now I'm just gonna take my damp beauty blender and just start to pat it into the skin. Blends out super easily. It just looks so nice and natural, and honestly, that's everything I could ever want from a foundation. And the foundation itself is also quite glowy, so in combination with the glowy primer, it really gives you a very hydrated look. So if you watch my video where I talk about the new makeup that I'm loving, then you probably already know what's coming as far as my favorite eyeshadow of the month, and it is definitely the new Marc Jacobs eyeshadow palettes. And like I mentioned in that video, I didn't used to like Marc Jacobs eyeshadows, but they basically completely reformulated their whole entire eyeshadow collection, and they are mind-blowingly good now. They're pigmented, they blend beautifully, the colors and the color combinations in each of the palettes are wearable, but also a little bit different. So today I'm going to be using the editorial palette, because when I spoke about them in my last video, a lot of you guys really wanted to see this one in particular in action, which I do not blame you. This one is definitely one of my favorites. It has a mix of cool tones, greens, silvers, this gorgeous gold right in the center that is basically liquid gold. So I think I'm going to be doing a halo smoky eye today. So I'm going to grab the matte taupe shade right over here, and I'm just going to start off by buffing this all around my eye in my crease area. Now, these eyeshadows are quite soft and pigmented, so definitely keep in mind that you do not need a lot of product in order to, build up a lot of intensity on the eye. So that is just something that you want to keep in mind if it's the first time that you're using the palette, just not to go too hard into the eyeshadows, just because it's not needed. You can see just how easily that blended out. I barely even had to do anything, and it's already nice and intense. I didn't even really have to build it up. This is just a small example of why I really love this palette. So next I'm gonna go into this clean blending brush. This is my MAC 217, and I'm gonna grab that gorgeous forest green shade. This is also matte, and I'm going to start to apply this into my crease as well as on the outer corner and inner corner of my eye. And I'm like barely even picking up any pigment. And you can see just how intense this shade is. It is so hard to find a really great matte forest green that does not apply patchy. So I'm applying it on the outer corner and inner corner because like I said, we are going to be doing a bit of a spotlight. Smoky eye, just like that. It's going to look a little bit messy until I start to blend it out. So now I'm going to go into my Smith 247. This is another blending brush, but it's a lot smaller and more precise than my MAC 217. And without any extra product, I'm just going to start to blend the color that's already there into my crease, just to start getting a nice blend. So now I'm going to dip this brush back into the green, and I'm going to start to just reapply and bring this into the crease. Okay, so now that the green has been applied, I'm going to go into, I think, the star of this eye look, which is this amazing gold. And I'm going to apply this with my finger. So now it's time to apply some concealer, and I'm going to clean up the outer edge of the eyeshadow with the concealer as well. This is my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. What I really like about this concealer is that it's not super heavy and cakey, so it doesn't look like you're wearing a ton of concealers. And the finish is also really nice and dewy, so it just gives your under eyes a really like fresh appearance, which I really like. So I've been using it both for every day on like my more natural days as well as on days when I'm doing something more dramatic like this. So I'm using the shade 01, and I'm just, oh my god, there's a lot of fallout. Hold please, gotta get a makeup wipe. Whoa. I like literally have golden under eyes right now. So I'm just gonna put this directly underneath my eyes. I'm also gonna clean up a little bit this foundation. Apparently I just wiped off some foundation on my nose, so I'm gonna put some there as well. I'm also going to bring this down in a bit of like a triangle shape. I really want my under eyes to be nice and highlighted for this look. So now I'm going to quickly set my under eyes with some powder. This is my Cover FX Illuminating Setting Powder. I used to use this stuff all the time, but I sort of gave it a little bit of a break. It's a really nice powder that doesn't make your skin look too dry. So if you do have dry skin and you're looking for a powder that is not too drying, this one is definitely a really nice option. So I just like to set my nose to get rid of any shine there, as well as underneath my eyes. So I am going to do a winged eyeliner because I do have a favorite liquid eyeliner of the month. This is the Hourglass Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner in Voyeur, and this is just like a really dark matte black. Now, I was never the type of makeup buyer that would get a really expensive liquid eyeliner just because I feel like there are so many amazing liquid eyeliners from the drugstore in the market, even just on a much lower price scale at Sephora. However, this is probably one of the best liquid eyeliners I've ever tried. First of all, it is probably one of the most black liquid eyeliners that I have. It dries really, really nice and matte as well. This is also so long wearing. It actually takes like extra effort to take it off at the end of the night. Like when I'm taking off all of my makeup, I will still be left with like a perfect wing. Even if I rub my eyes with makeup remover, it will still be there. And I also love the applicator. It's really nice and precise. It's a very, very thin felt tip, so I do find that I am able to create a really nice sharp wing fairly easy. So I'm going to create a wing on my upper lash line today. Let's all hope for the best here. All right, I just spent way too long trying to get these to look even. This is the best that they're gonna look. Let's move on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some mascara off camera. I'm gonna be using my Essence Lash Princess. To be honest, I don't really have a favorite mascara of the month, but this has been one that I have been enjoying. So I'm just gonna pop it on and I'll be right back. So I also just went ahead and did my brows off camera, but we are now finished off with the eyes. I really love the way that they turned out. So now let's move on to the rest of the face. So to bronze up my face, I'm going to be using my Becca Sunlit Bronzer in the shade Capri Coast. This is another product that I recently mentioned in my new products that I've been loving video. This is a bronzer that you guys actually recommended to me in the video where I test out my subscribers' favorite makeup, and I'm so happy that you did because obviously I've been really, really liking it. So I'm just applying this on all the normal bronzing areas of the face, on my temples, on my cheekbone area, as well as on my jawline and down my neck. Now, when you first look at the bronzer, especially in the store, it can look a little bit scary because the shimmer looks pretty intense, but once it's actually on your skin, the shimmer doesn't really translate as shimmer. It sort of translates more so as just like a golden glow. And I also really like how natural looking and buildable the product is. I'm able to get like a sheer wash of color without it looking like I'm wearing a ton of bronzer, and I don't find that it looks very makeup-y. And I'm sure you guys totally know what I mean by that. Every time I put any type of green or gold on my eyes, I automatically feel like I need to apply 10 times more bronzer than I normally do. Am I the only one? I don't know why that is. I just find that like gold and green just calls for really, really bronzy skin. So I'm like, piling this stuff on right now. So as for my blush, this is actually very, very new in my collection. So I am cheating just a little bit, but I feel like any type of powdered color product like blush, bronzer, and highlight, you could tell immediately if you like it or not. And these new Makeup Forever blushes are gorgeous. I made a little palette over here with 3 of my favorite shades. I'll list them down below just because I can't easily like take them out to check. What I love about these blushes is just how nicely they apply. Even a bright shade like this, I'm able to sort of sheer out and create just more of a wash of color, because I know that this could look a little bit scary, but when it's actually applied to the face, if you don't apply too much, it just looks beautiful. They also wear really well, and the shades that have like shimmer are so fine that they just give the powder more of a glow than an actual sparkle, which I really love. Very similar to the Becca bronzer. I think I'm actually going to use the blush that's in this little palette that I have here. It's nice and soft. It's just like a matte coral. I just want a little bit of a flush. I don't want too much color in my cheeks just because there's a lot going on in my eyes. But just to show you guys what it looks like. So pretty. So now moving on to my favorite highlighter of the month. This is the Cover FX highlighter in Moonlight. This is actually a product that I sort of rediscovered this month. I've had this in my collection for quite some time. At one point I use this actually quite often, but it sort of just got like lost in the shuffle with all of the other products that I was like testing out. But a few weeks ago I found this like in the back of the drawer in my vanity, and I decided to whip it out, and I wondered why I ever stopped using it. Moonlight's a little bit more of like a soft gold vanilla shade. This is a type of highlighter that will give you that really, really intense glow, but it doesn't have a metallic sheen to it, so it's still really nice and flattering even though it's quite intense. It sits really nice and smoothly on the skin. I don't find that it like accentuates texture to the extreme like a lot of really intense highlighters do. It's glossy and it's intense, but it's not overdone, which is what I really like about it. So I'm just gonna apply that to the tops of my cheekbones. I'm using my Zoeva Luxe Powder Fusion brush, one of my favorite highlighter brushes. So lately I've been really, really into just like sheer glossy lips. I just think it looks so pretty, especially with a heavier eye. I think it really balances the look nicely. So one of my favorite glosses is this Bare Minerals gloss in the shade Totally, and it's a really pretty, just very simple nude. It has a little bit of like a pinkier undertone to it, but it's not too pink. They're very buttery and not sticky at all, and they're semi-opaque, so they're not too opaque that they're going to just like completely blank out your lips, but they're opaque enough that you can actually wear them by themselves. So I'm first gonna line my lips with this ColourPop lip pencil. I think it's in the shade Curvy. I can't really read that very well, but I will put the name down in the description box. And then just top that off with Totally Gloss. So here is what the finished look looks like. Really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, found it helpful. Maybe you found some new products that you want to try out. Let me know in the comments down below. Tweet me, send me a Snapchat, honestly anything. I love talking to you guys. Of course, give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.